Let's bring you this now. Cosmo City residents have been living without electricity for close to a year now. At first, they would experience blackouts for 3 days, with electricity coming back for just 2 days before the repeat of the cycle. Now, they say they have only 1 hour of electricity supply per day. Our senior reporter, eNCA's Aviwe Mtila, is tracking the story for us and joins me now to give us an update on what exactly is happening and how, of course, the residents of Cosmo City are faring at this time. And good morning to you, Aviwe. I mean, quite a sad state of events out in Cosmo City. Residents saying they're only surviving on 1 hour of supply of electricity a day.
Well, to my other residents here, I will tell you that if these aren't blackouts, they don't know what blackouts are. They essentially live in the dark for the majority of the day, and that's if they are lucky enough. Just to give you an idea, Dumelo, I was supposed to speak to the business owner of the Moscow Center just behind me, but some residents in their frustration asked just to join in. So I'm going to try to keep it short, but I just want to give as many people as possible just their frustrations. Let's start with you, Dennis Sondi. Just on maybe giving us an idea of how the situation is here in Cosmo City. How much electricity do you have, let's say, in a day?
Well, realistically, the situation is hell. We have electricity for approximately an hour a day. As now, power's off. It was meant to leave at between 12 and 2:30. So what do you call that? We don't have power.
And I understand you own a restaurant not far from here. How's business faring? How's the impact been for you?
I'm battling to break even because of the cost of petrol for the generator and the gas to cook. I'm battling to. I'm thinking of even closing my doors.
Okay, let me quickly move to Ubabu Goodwill Moscow, the owner of the center that we see behind us. How's the impact for you, even in monetary terms?
The situation is very bad because the electricity is all forever off, and even the tenants are very frustrated. I mean, I know Shoprite, they're not impressed with the situation. The banks, they're also not happy with it. Every time the electricity is off, it doesn't come back. Sometimes goes back, like it takes like 24 hours, 32 hours to come back. So it's very bad. I mean, my restaurant behind you here is also frustrated because sometimes they can't do anything. Someone can't even get just maybe let's say steak roll because there's no electricity. Like now, there's no electricity at all. And and then I must run a generator, and it's also costing a lot. I mean, just a 20-liter container is just 1,200 rand. So it's very frustrating.
I was about to ask, because you've got a number of tenants here, how's the impact been on your pockets? What have you had to do, given that you don't have electricity for the majority of the day? What additional measures have you had to do, and how is it impacting your pocket?
It's very bad. When this solar thing came to us, I started to let me put the solar aside. I mean, I'm already on 180,000, but those solars, they're not doing anything to me because the solar, they're just a backup, just for maybe for 6 hours. But when the city goes for 24 hours, when I come, let's say in the morning, and then we close the previous night without electricity, we find that even the system now is down. So it's getting to be a problem. I've got the staff, I've got close to 22 people. Sometimes they're just here and I can't do anything. I can't say they go home because I don't know when it's gonna come back. And those people with their own salary, whether there was electricity or no electricity, I still need to pay them. But also is that I need to run a generator and this with a restaurant. I'm pumping like 220 liters every day, 2,400 rand just every day. My body store is also a problem, but where it's west, I don't have a generator at that side. So whenever it's blank, I just have to close down.
Okay, so it's digging deep into your pockets. Nomkhulu, from a community member's perspective, how is it at home, given at least just an hour electricity supply a day?
Yeah, the electricity is always not here. Like now you came here, the electricity is off. It's affecting everybody. It's affecting everybody. If you see, like he says, we always, I'm running a business as well. We always buy generators and we buy petrol. We have to buy even ice to make some of the beers cold. That is deep in our pocket, and we're not making any profit on that. And the worst part is we're not getting the service that we really deserve. We are paying some, they'll say that people are not paying, but there's some other thing that I've really put forward to the ESCOM people, that we've got so many vendors here, and those vendors, we are buying from them, and ESCOM comes tell us that those people are not registered. I mean, it's not our fault. I don't know if that person is not registered. If I need electricity, I'll go buy from that person. So I think it's their job for them to go and take care of those people and see if those people are doing the right thing. It's not, but it's getting an impact on us. To me, I think the people are buying. It's just that they say they are buying from wrong people. They said we must buy from Checkers, Spar, and Pick and Pay. When you come about around 6 o'clock, those shops are closed. You'll go to the nearest plaza or anywhere to buy electricity. Only to find that they tell you that person is not registered. I don't know that because he's selling ESCOM electricity.
Yeah, so those are illegal vendors that sell the ESCOM electricity that aren't registered with ESCOM. Let me come to you quickly. What do you want? If government is hearing, what do you want just around Cosmo?
I mean, at this point, all we can ask for is load shedding. Give us load shedding when we're supposed to have power. You know, I can't obviously ask for the impossible, like no load shedding, but give us power when we're supposed to have. An hour before, sometimes it never comes back. That's hard to live by. You know, it's hard to prepare for food. It's hard to maybe see your siblings studying because there's no lights.
Okay, thank you very much. Time on our side, but just the sentiments of that last gentleman, Dumelo, will tell you how frustrated people are here. All they're asking for is load shedding. Give us load shedding when we're supposed to have load shedding, because currently they're facing blackouts in the literal sense.
That's so sad. I mean, as I'm listening to, the impact of load shedding, colleague, from a personal perspective to a business perspective, people are reeling. People are not, surviving, and they're not coping, especially because a schedule has been sent out. There was a commitment that they would have electricity, and that commitment is not being, of course, obliged by. But thanks, Aviwe Mtila, giving us that story out in Cosmo City, painting that picture for us. And you can imagine that's just Cosmo City and its residents. How many more around the country facing a similar situation, frustrated, businesses not breaking even, not affording to pay salaries of the workers, not affording to actually conduct business in essence, but also listening to one of the Cosmo residents saying even young learners cannot study because the schedule will just not be adhered to, and they would find themselves in the dark even beyond the hours that they were told. So quite a concern there in terms of the impact that we're seeing around the country in terms of load shedding.